So who talks first? You talk first? I talk first?
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Who Talks First. I am one of your hosts, Courtney.
And I am Solo.
And today we're going to do a final Rogue One podcast. Well, I shouldn't say final pre-Rogue One podcast.
Yes, before the movie releases.
And we're going to talk about some of our last minute predictions of what we think is going to happen.
Because today is the premiere.
Yes, today is the premiere.
So spoilers are going to show up online. They haven't yet, obviously. It's 10 a.m. California time.
So I am definitely going on internet hush for the next week. Because I was spoiled majorly for episode 7. And it was before the movie even came out. And
yeah, it was.
It's not even just the movie was on theaters for a little bit and it was spoiled for me. Because I didn't see it opening night because I really don't like opening nights for movies. But I'm going to see Rogue One opening night, and I will go see episode 8 opening night.
Yes.
But even for episode 7, it got spoiled a week before the movie even was released.
Yeah, because I think I saw it opening week. I don't think I saw it the day, but I still think I saw it
Because I'll tell you I think I've told this story, but I'm going to tell it again. I was in Disney World when it premiered, and it would have been really cool to go see it on the premiere night at Disney World, but I was at Disney World with my mom, we were doing stuff.
Also, can you imagine how crowded that movie theater would have been?
Oh, it would have been insane. And I'm walking around Epcot, and Epcot's my favorite park, and just some guy starts screaming, Han Solo died. And that had already sort of been spoiled for me in comments of YouTube videos, but it just wasn't confirmed yet.
Right.
And Han Solo is in my top 3 favorite characters, so I was very devastated. I couldn't sleep that night. I was really distraught. But then I'm actually glad I knew that before going into it, so I had time to come to terms with him dying.
So you didn't sob openly?
I didn't sob openly, and it probably gave me more opportunity to like Kylo, because alright, I saw it coming, I knew he was gonna die, so I wasn't totally fucked up by Kylo doing
You weren't
it.
like some people are still now. They're like, well, Kylo can't be redeemed. He killed Han Solo. And you're like, no.
So that's why I'm a little bit, part of me is glad I knew, so I had some time to come to terms and really see the scene for what it was, rather than
the whole
my
picture.
angry reaction to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't want to be spoiled for Rogue One, because I know I want to probably follow spoilers for episode 8, just because that's who I am. So I want to go into at least one Star Wars movie without being spoiled for it. So, yesterday, we got to go see Jimmy Kimmel, thanks to our friend Michelle, who is Miss Seru on the interwebs. And the Rogue One cast was there.
And we got to see 2 little clips from the movie that apparently had never been seen before. And we also just got to see the actors, and they're so cute.
They were so cute, and at one point in the evening, we were 10 feet away from Diego Luna.
Yep.
And it's so weird. This is why I should probably never ever actually meet anyone famous, because, or at least anyone that I actively know is famous.
Right.
Because I've met tons of people before that I didn't know that they were names.
Right.
And I'm fine with that.
Because you didn't know. You were like, oh, okay, I'll just talk to this person like a person. But
once you know they're worth something, you just go,
you're like, huh.
The whole cast is just so unbelievably cute, and
they're all so cute.
And Krennic and Galen, the actors who play them, they're probably my favorite to watch in interviews, because they do a lot of interviews together, because they're 2 old men.
Yeah, let's get the 2 old guys in it.
Two old guys there. And it's so funny, because Krennic, who's the bad guy in Rogue One, he's going to be the villain, is the happiest, cheesiest.
He's so cute.
During every commercial break for Jimmy Kimmel, he was just dancing.
He was dancing around. He got up in front of the stage and started shaking his booty.
Butt?
Yeah, I was like, what a cute old man.
He's so cute. And meanwhile, Galen, who's Jin's father, who is more of on the good. I shouldn't say he's a good guy, but he's
Jin's dad.
He's Jin's dad.
So
his morals are a little more up there. Which I'm going to talk about Catalyst a little bit later on, which is the Rogue One book, but Mads Mikkelsen is the most intense, scary man. I mean, he's Hannibal.
Yeah.
He's a scary man.
Yeah.
And so just watching them in interviews together, you're like...
He's quiet and...
You're like, which one is the bad guy? Because you wouldn't guess it.
You would not guess.
There was one interview in particular where they were both asked, can you tell us anything about Star Wars? And Mads was like, oh, I can, but I'd have to kill you all after that. And I'm like, you're the good guy. And then I forgot what Krennic's response was, but it was something like, that it's amazing and great, and I love it so much.
What a cutie.
Like, guess who the villain is? You'd be wrong.
It's not what you're thinking. It's not what you're thinking.
And we walked down Hollywood Boulevard.
Yes, it took a long time.
It did, but they are setting up for the premiere that's tonight.
We saw the red carpet.
And
the X-Wing.
we saw the X-Wing, took a picture with the X-Wing.
We did.
And I got some really watered down hot chocolate. Got into a fight with the barista.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He brought up the theory, the Matt Pat theory, that the Rogue One cast becomes the Knights of Ren, and I was like, no, that's stupid.
What a garbage theory. I love Matt Pat, but I
love
hate
Matt
that
Pat,
theory.
but that's a bad theory.
Why would you want your rebels from Rogue One to then turn around and become part of the Empire?
And also, alright, so Rogue One is before
The original trilogy.
anything, so that's 36 years
They're just nowhere.
before Knights of Ren and before The Force Awakens, meaning that most of these knights would be in their 70s.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all.
So, Chirrut, Baze, Saw, Krennic's probably dead, but, like, these men are easily in their late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
And...
So what? They're just these old guys who are like, let's just put on this Knights of Ren outfit. What have we been doing for the last 30 years? Oh, who cares? Let's become the Knights of Ren.
But he was trying to, like, convince me that he thinks that's what's happening. And I'm like, you can word any theory well.
Yeah, but no.
Like, I can tell you a theory about how, like, Rey is basically a Horcrux.
Yeah.
Like, read that theory, and I can make it make sense. But
It doesn't
mean it's
it doesn't
true or
hold water,
logical.
Especially when you put, like, the timeline to it.
No.
Where you're like, oh yeah, but you're like, wait. Remember, Rogue One happens before the original trilogy. And you're like, oh.
No.
So there's 3 movies there, and then there's years where we don't see any of these characters.
Yeah. So, like, getting into prediction territory, who do you think's gonna die?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them, probably.
And
Most of them.
Just from you guys should watch the Jimmy Kimmel episode. I think it's probably
Yes.
up on the internet.
Yeah.
Listen for my bird laugh. You can hear it. They make a joke where, like, this dad names his son Harrison. And you can hear, like, one caw laugh, and that's me, because I thought that was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, when the adult male fan...
The adult, like, yeah, male nerd
angry
comes up.
nerd comes out and rips the Ewok head off, saying, I hate Ewoks, and then you can hear my...
Yeah.
There you go.
I was watching it last night before just a clip of it on YouTube, and I was like, that's Courtney's laugh. That's Courtney right there.
That's the good thing about having the world's most obnoxious laugh. And I have, like, 7 different laughs, and all of them are horrible.
I mean, I don't like any of my laughs either. So.
I don't have a normal laugh. It's either the caw, the snake, which is the laugh, or the snort. They're all just weird animals. Either way. Or the Beavis and Butthead laugh.
Yeah, you definitely
I do
have
that
one.
I do that one real hard. So, just don't have great laughs, but when you go to talk shows... You can maybe pick it out in a crowd.
Yeah.
So, I was going to say something about what they were saying at the Rogue One thing.
Oh, because when they talk about their reactions.
Oh, the reactions! Yeah,
the entire cast was like, well, we were kind of stunned. Just kind of stunned into silence.
Yeah, so it makes me think that it's not a happy ending.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, none of us were expecting a happy ending. I'm expecting 75% of that main cast to die.
I want it to be a super dark ending because then it will make me feel the sense of urgency for a
New Hope. Exactly.
Because again, sorry guys, as someone who doesn't like, I'm not a super big fan of the original trilogy. I'm like, I don't super feel the urgency in those movies because for me they're too cheesy to feel like any real emotions from, and that's just me. And, like, who I am in, like, the early 2000s when I'm watching it for the first time. I'm like, these directing choices don't make me feel like a lot of things.
Yeah, if you watch them when you're older, like, for the first time, like,
I can understand it at
you
the time.
You definitely need to, like, see the urgency rather than... When you're a kid, I feel like you just can be told.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I'm scared.
Uh-huh.
And Darth Vader's scary just because you haven't seen that sort of, like, magic
for sure.
done before.
And at the time when they come out, same thing, because you've never really seen anything... I'm not going to say that you haven't seen anything better than that.
Yeah.
But from where I am, when I watched them, like, late 90s, I think it was probably early 2000s, the first time that I saw them. By that time, I'm like... I'd watched so many thrillers and horror movies and, like...
Yeah, it could be seen as, like, old news.
Yeah.
So, Rogue One has the chance to...
really instill that, like, fear and urgency and dread and
Just...
anger in you against the Empire.
Yes, exactly. But little shout out, just before I forget, that the ghost makes an appearance.
Oh, yes! You can see it in one of the trailers!
So, okay, prediction number 1 that I'm making. 1. I'm hoping you hear Hera's voice just say, like, Phoenix Squadron, like, reporting in, something like that.
Or, like, heading out or something.
Something. Just...
I want it
You
so
hear Hera
bad.
say something. 2. Most everyone's gonna die. My second prediction. I think Jin might make it out.
Mm-hmm.
Jin and Cassian might make it out, because I'm guessing. 3, that they're probably... Just the way they've been talking about it, I think they're probably gonna smooch.
Mm.
Or maybe not smooch, but they're gonna
Have
a thing.
Uh-huh.
If K2SO has a violent death, I will be very sad.
No! Not Kate.
But I'm going...
The robots always survive.
Saw Gerrera, definitely dead.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down, he's gonna die.
Bodhi, dead.
I think for sure gonna be dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's like the tragic, almost middle of the movie death.
Uh-huh.
Because right now they're super pushing his character,
Yeah.
which before they weren't at all.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't in any of like the cast things. He doesn't have a pop figure, but suddenly they're really pushing him.
Yeah.
Because I think they're trying to make people feel things for him.
Mm-hmm. Or it might just because the actor's really charismatic.
He might be too.
But
yeah. But it went from like 0 to 100, where I saw him nowhere,
and now
then
he's
suddenly
everywhere.
he was like on the poster. I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
I mean, I know who he is, but like,
where'd you come from?
you just popped up. I thought you were like a side. You weren't any of the trailers, or you were in like one mini shot that I thought you were just a background character. And suddenly, like the last trailer, he was the most featured guy. So
Yes.
I'm going. He's the tragic, almost Obi-Wan, like Qui-Gon, Han Solo death that you're like someone watches from behind and screams no.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's his kind of role. And Baze and Chirrut are probably going to go out in a blaze of glory.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the only ones I really see surviving are Cassian and Jin. And I'm not even sure they'll survive. I'm not even thinking that they necessarily will. I'm just saying if they do save anyone, I think it's them.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you. I definitely can't see them letting Jin die and them keeping Chirrut around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that, especially, we don't know who Chirrut or any of the characters are yet, but I could definitely see Chirrut and, Baze? Being like, we'll hold him off, you guys run ahead.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's like
those are the
100%
characters
what
that I see
happening.
them. They're like,
Yeah.
no, we've got it, run, you need to go, we need to get these plans out
And
of
so
here.
you just see them like,
them getting swarmed
Yeah.
while they're like trying to like take down a bunch of stormtroopers.
I'm already crying, that hasn't even happened yet.
I'm like, that's what I see.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no, somebody needs to survive. You two go. Cassian make sure that she gets out or whatever.
Like, put in R2, and then you just see them, like,
Uh-huh.
give it to R2, and R2's like, beep, boop,
Yep.
beep, later.
Peace out.
Peace out. I mean, I think Galen and Krennic has to die, to be honest. Just because he's not around, obviously.
Yeah.
And Krennic, well, now we're going to talk about Catalyst a little bit, which is the Rogue One book. If you haven't read it, I recommend it. It's a little slow of a read. I won't lie to you.
I won't lie to you.
I won't lie. It was not one of my favorite Star Wars books. I like the middle part a lot, because you get a lot of character development. But the beginning and the end is very political and scientific, which my brain science, man.
Okay, cool.
Well, they're just like saying a bunch of like mumbo jumbo, which all this force mumbo. Okay, Han.
Okay, Han Solo.
That's all this science stuff. But they go on for a really long time, and I'm just like, which of your readers is actually following around? Or a majority of your readers do not understand what you're talking about right now.
Yeah. You need to take notes.
And I'm pretty sure this is, like, also fake science because they're talking about kyber crystals.
Right. And because, again, Star Wars isn't science fiction, it's just fiction. It's just fantasy.
It's fantasy. It's, like, literally the fairy tale formula to its core.
Yeah.
Like, you got a princess who needs rescuing, you got, like, a magic guy, you have, like, the wise old man. It's fairy tale formula to a T. So, basically throughout Catalyst, the Death Star is powered by kyber crystals, which are the things that power... Lightsabers, thank you. And that's fairly clear. They haven't said that in the book yet, but saying that they spend the whole book, because the book is a prequel to Rogue One, and Jyn is like the ages fetus to around probably age 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
In the book, and she's just the cutest little nugget in the world. Little Jyn is adorable, and basically Krennic's like, hey, Galen, who's Jyn's dad, and being like, you like kyber crystals, right? We should study them and just try to
see what they can
do. And Galen's like, ooh, yeah, that's fine. And then he learns that they're trying to weaponize his research. And Galen's like, oh, shit!
I thought we were just doing this for the sake of science!
That's it!
Yeah.
And Jyn's mom is great, but Jyn's mom, hands down, is gonna die really, really early on in the movie, because
if she's even there.
She's in one of the clips in the trailers. So you do see Jyn's mom because she gives her the crystal Jyn wears, which it's now confirmed that crystal Jyn wears, or I shouldn't say now confirmed, but basically is a kyber.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious.
And Jyn's mom is very, very protective of the kyber crystals. She's not force sensitive, but she's force aware, which she just feels like she can feel the force more than most people can. And she's very protective of the kyber crystals because of it. And she's like, the Jedi didn't harness their greater power for a reason, and we should trust that reason. And this is right after, like, the whole universe thinks that the Jedi are traitors, and Lyra's like, this is fishy.
Yeah, she's like, I know the Force, and I know Jedi, and that doesn't sound right to me.
No, and Galen's kind of blindly following the Empire a little bit. And he's like, no, they want what's best. Until he realizes that they're weaponizing his research. And he kind of wakes up.
He's like, crap.
And he's like, come on, wife.
I should have listened to my wife.
Let's get out of here. And they leave with,
Little baby Jyn.
And Saw. Saw shows up at the last second.
Interesting.
So, sorry, spoilers for the book, but you guys should have figured that out right now. So that leads to my next prediction, is I think that Saw might be the one who raised Jyn past the age of when her parents disappeared. Which I think she was 5 when her dad left, and I think her mom may have left at around a similar time. I think they both were taken away.
Okay.
So I'm thinking Saw might have been the one who raised Jyn, or at least...
Or at least, like, oversaw her, like, being
was
raised.
Close to her, somehow kind of got...
Because, like, if she got raised on, like, let's call it, like, a military base. If she got raised on a military base, like, she probably just got raised with a bunch of other kids, but Saw would have been there as, like, the quote-unquote, like, father figure for her.
They're sort of in hiding. They're on, like, a sort of quiet planet, and Saw takes them there. And just, like, the book ends with, basically, sorry, spoiler, didn't want to talk about it, Jyn being like, can Saw stay with us? Like, little baby Jyn and Saw's like, well, I have some other stuff to do, but I'll come visit you a lot.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be clear that of the main cast of characters, Jyn is connected to Saw the most, which is probably gonna be some emotional stuff.
I'm okay with that.
I am too.
Especially because considering who Saw was and then his sister's death. It's really cute.
That's really cute.
For him to be, like, raising a little girl.
Yeah.
Even if he's not, like, actively raising her, for him to, like, care about her or, like, have her best interest at heart, like, that's really cute to me.
And it's probably a little bit why Jyn's probably as, like, a little bit as rogue as she is.
Yeah.
Because Saw is obviously the part of the rebellion that takes it too far.
Yes.
he's probably going to represent the part of the rebellion that's a little too close to terrorism.
Yes.
And it's scary.
It's going to be why Jin is so intense.
And that's why I'm really excited to see these aspects of the rebellion, because I think it's clear, even in the new books that have been coming out, that people were also scared of the rebellion.
Yeah.
Because they were causing casualties too. Did they have the best interests of the universe at heart? They think so, yeah. But to a lot of people, they were terrorists.
Yeah.
And attacking the government buildings, and that's really scary.
It's fun to finally see that in a movie, because because all the movies are from the Jedi perspective. Mm-hmm. And, like, I do believe that the Jedi are the good guys. Mm-hmm. I do. But I do have problems with the Jedi, because I think that they are, like, religious extremists. And sometimes I'm like, the things that you are doing are very morally questionable. Like, not per se like any of our Jedi, but, like, I don't think that, like, Obi-Wan takes anything too far or anything like that. Mm-mm. But, I mean, the clones, for one, is always something that I'm like, this is the thing that I will raise up and be like, they were fighting with real people! They were throwing real people at droids and just letting them die.
And the Separatists were like, we just build robots.
Yeah, we just build robots to fight our war.
Sure, there's human casualties, there is in any war, but they were fighting with droids.
Yeah, and just the fact that the Jedi themselves, they say it multiple times, like, we're not supposed to be soldiers. Mm-hmm. That's not what they were.
We're peacekeepers.
Yeah, we're peacekeepers, we're not soldiers, but here they are fighting this war, and they're pretty much the Empire, mm-hmm. or it's not the Empire yet.
No, it's the Old Republic.
Yeah, it's the Old Republic versus the Jedi. Like, yes, there are some, like, rebel squadrons, but it's mostly just the Jedi on the other side.
Or, sorry, it's the Republic. There's the Old Republic, the Republic, and now the New Republic.
Yes.
But, yeah, so, I mean, very much like what Barriss is, if you watch the Clone Wars, Barriss's final arc with Ahsoka is. And she's, like, she herself is just trying to show Ahsoka how messed up the Jedi are.
Yeah, that the Jedi Order has become.
Yeah, and it works. But she does it in a horrible way.
She does it in a horrible way, but at least Ahsoka's eyes do get opened up. And Ahsoka leaves.
And so they're like, the Jedi didn't trust me. They're not peacekeepers anymore. They got swept away in this war. Mm-hmm. And I can't be a part of that. And you're finally kind of seeing that the Jedi have become something that does need to be, not eliminated, but they need to be knocked down. Yeah. Because they're too powerful. And, like, even during Revenge of the Sith, when Palpatine's like, the Jedi are trying to take over the government. Yeah. He's not lying. That's true.
Yeah, because they do. They're like, we need to step in.
Because they know that Palpatine's a Sith.
Yes.
Like, there's reasons for it, but when Palpatine's like, the Jedi have treason against the government, they're planning on overthrowing me, and they're going to take over.
He's not lying.
He's telling the truth. That's actually what's happening.
Yeah. Do they need to do that to get Palpatine out of there? Yes. But
when you leave out certain details, it's the Obi-Wan, everything, like, it's true from a certain point of view.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Even there's an episode in Clone Wars where there's that really intense Jedi who's just turning all the clones against each other. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, and
you were like, well, there has to have been more like that.
Frogman.
And I was like, there were probably other Jedi like that who were causing so many people to be afraid of Jedi because they were just taking it from such a war standpoint.
And, like, getting so power hungry and kind of going a little bit dark because they were constantly in these war scenarios. So it'll be really interesting to see a Star Wars war movie.
Yes, that actually kind of shows both sides, which is what I hope Rogue One will be.
Because that's what I'm excited about the sequel trilogy, because with the sequel trilogy, like, books, they're kind of establishing that the New Republic is pretty corrupt itself.
Right.
There's these two political parties, and one of the political parties kind of believed in the Empire. Mm-hmm. And not that they're like, well, we don't believe in the Emperor and the Empire itself, but we see that with the proper power distribution, how the Empire's way of thinking could work. And then there's the other people who are like, no,
Yeah.
we can't do that. But needless to say, one of those parties, hint, hint, becomes the First Order.
Yeah.
And,
I wonder which one!
Man! And the other one just becomes stays at the Republic. But it's still pretty corrupt, and read Bloodline. Bloodline's great, but basically Bloodline discusses how the government kind of all turns against Leia because they all are super afraid of the Empire becoming a thing again, and because they're so afraid of the Empire becoming a thing again, none of them can agree on anything, and they find out that Darth Vader's Leia's father, and therefore...
Well, obviously, she.
And so we can't trust her, and then they're like, let's go find and kill Luke, because we can't trust Luke, and then Leia's like, oh shit, and what about my kid?
Yeah.
Wah! And, oh, it's such a good book, guys, just read it. But I'm really excited to see a conflicted war movie where you can see the fears from both sides.
Yes.
Like, obviously we know the rebellion is the quote-unquote good guys.
No, I definitely, Rebel merch I'll wear for, my entire life.
Yeah, the Empire has, no redeeming value.
No.
But you almost want to see, you want to see civilians a little bit being... Because it's scary.
Yeah.
Because
we don't see that in, Rebels, for instance, the cartoon.
Yeah.
We don't normally see,
we know everyone's, afraid of the Empire, but also when you have these, these band of rogue people bombing and, killing, all these, government establishments.
Yeah.
That's scary no matter what.
Yeah.
Because you're scared for yourself, even if they're
what
there
if
for
you're
you.
caught in the crossfire? Your kids get caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, and if you're the government can't stop this from happening.
Yeah.
What's going on? Oh, it's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be really dark. And,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm not expecting to feel good walking out of that movie.
No.
But
that's when you go home and you watch A New Hope.
Yeah, that's my goal. I say we watch Revenge of the Sith in, the morning, and then at night, or the night, go watch, Rogue One, and then go home and watch A New Hope. And that's the new trilogy, guys. New trilogy done. We figured it out.
Got it. That might be a trilogy that I can get behind.
Yeah. So, yeah, the predictions I got, lightsaber, kyber crystal obviously powers the Death Star. I think probably Galen probably in his, research and science and designing the Death Star, even though Krennic sort of designed it too, but I'm guessing there's probably a reason
they have the one spot that can just kill everything.
Yeah, and you need an exhaust port. The science behind that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But I'm guessing there's also, he thought of a way to design it so they knew a proton bomb could hit it.
Yeah.
So
I sure hope so. Otherwise I'm going to be you had the opportunity
to do that.
To explain this and you didn't.
And because people have gone through and explained it to him and exhaust ports are completely necessary, blah blah blah. They're usually that having one that small is actually a feat. And oh yeah, I totally get that. But when you're not super into the science part of it, they have this opportunity to explain that it was intentional, and I think they should take it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That Galen, because when he leaves Jyn in the trailer, he says whatever I do it to protect you, and so I think Galen's being I know what I have to do. I have to build this. I have to build this because they're going to figure it out with me there or not, and at least if I'm there, I can figure out a way to stop it.
Yeah. I can build in something that hopefully someone will find later.
And that, I think, is a great political message right now. I'm going to go into Welcome to America a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that there's some people who are, I shouldn't say, they're not rallying behind Trump, but Trump has but I think Al Gore went to go talk to the Trump family, and people were getting mad at him for
going to talk to them
because he was going to talk to them about global warming because they don't believe in global warming because
he's trying to educate them.
And I'm I really respect these people because
I couldn't be in a room with him.
I couldn't either, but these people who are I know that I have the power and to try to stop this, to try to help people.
Yeah.
I have to deal with somebody I hate, and I have to deal with this horrible political situation that's happening.
But this is my job, and this is for the greater good.
Yeah. And so if I'm going to be in this position of power, you know, I want to take it and I'm going to do what I can with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I can really respect that.
No, yeah, absolutely.
You may think you're sending more of a message by refusing, but
at the end of the day, that's not gonna.
that's not
Donald
gonna do
Trump
anything.
isn't gonna.
You need to think about the world. Yeah.
He's not gonna miss a beat. He's gonna be like, whatever. They don't want to talk to me. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make him think.
Because even like Bob Iger from Disney, has joined the Trump, but he's it's the same position he was in Obama's cabinet thing, and people were mad at Disney for that, and I'm like, you know what? If someone's taking a position because especially because Bob was like Hillary all the way, some people were like,
well, you still want
I
good
wish
advisors.
you would refuse.
You don't want to surround him with bad advisors.
Exactly. I'm like, if he as a person is like, you know what, I hate this man, I disagree with him completely, but you know what?
But I'm going to be there standing next to him,
cents,
telling him the entire time that I
I'm
disagree
going to fight
with
him. And if I can do that from this position of power, I will.
Yeah.
Like,
because you don't... What's the most terrifying thing right now is the cabinet that he surrounded himself with.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
There are people who aren't going to fight him and agree with him on all this. It's gross. But Star Wars politics, that's kind of where I think Galen's mind is, you know what, they're going to figure it out with me or not. If I'm not there, it's just going to be more dangerous.
Yeah.
So
I need to be here. And also, they probably threatened to kill my family if I didn't come.
Oh, probably.
So,
like,
kill two birds with one stone.
Krennic very much throughout the book, which I'm kind of sad. I wanted Krennic to be more of a gray character, or I wanted Krennic to be a character who truly believed in the Empire. He's more of a character that's all about power.
Right.
Which, I mean, that's fine, but I want to see some people who truly believe in the Empire.
Yeah. That truly believe that the Empire is doing the right thing.
Yeah, so while he's, like, kind of, like, pursuing Galen, he's kind of thinking of accidents that Jin and Lyra, who's his wife, could have. He's like, you know, there could be an accident. Like, da-da-da-da-da-da. In that way. But then he decides against it because he knows Galen would be, like...
He would just shut down.
Yeah, he would just shut down after that and be completely useless to them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at least he was smart enough then. I'm thinking Lyra doesn't make it much farther after that. But we'll see! Yeah, so Rogue One.
I'm so excited that K2SO looks to be exactly what I wanted it to be.
Oh my god, best character.
Because I haven't bought any merch of him because I was like, what if he turns out to be a chopper and I hate him?
I'm waiting for the movie until I'm
gonna buy a pop figure.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
A K2
cheer it.
pop.
I'm getting cheer it for sure. K2. Well, again, if the movie ends up sucking wind. But right now it's getting really good early reviews. George Lucas said he loved it. So
does that really mean anything?
You know what? To me,
I love George Lucas.
To me, it does, because then he thinks it fits his universe.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, this is like his world.
Yeah.
So
no, like, I love the man, but again, he put together those episodes of Clone Wars for a movie, Courtney. And he was like, these are good enough to be a movie. And I was like, no.
Because that makes me love him even more, because he's just so proud
of
what
so
his
proud of his studio.
Do.
He's like, these are beautiful, let's make a
movie.
movie.
He's such a proud dad that like wants to show like his kids.
He's like, look at this movie that we made. And everyone's like, George, this isn't a very good movie. He's like, but it's so pretty.
Like, no, this is really bad for like our technology that we have.
Yeah, it's not good. And also the plot of these episodes don't make a movie. And he's like, what do you mean? It's fine! And you're like, no! Those would have been okay episodes.
And hey, Rogue One is a prequel. He loves prequels.
He does love prequels.
I
mean, I love prequels.
Oh, I do too. I mean...
I love seeing where characters come from.
I do too. I'm a prequel sucker.
Character growth, my favorite thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like the prequel trilogy. Do I think George Lucas is the best writer? No. But I think he just loves this little world, like... And just cute old man.
And again, I love the path that those characters take.
Oh yeah,
from the prequel into the original.
The story itself,
beautiful,
great. At face value, tell the story. It's great.
Yeah, you're like, okay, so first there's Anakin, and he's this dumb kid, and then Then you tell the story, and then he turns into Darth Vader, and you're like, wow, that's crazy.
Like how he goes from being a slave, but then you think that he's freed from being a slave.
But then he's a Jedi, and he's still a slave.
Still a slave, and then he basically thinks he's freed of the Jedi, but he's just another slave. His whole life is so sad.
Yep.
It's,
You're like, oh, it's good.
Great
Was it
story.
directed well? No.
He still had that line about sand, how somehow that still made the movie.
Yes, but we couldn't get Roger.
No, Roger is the best dang line. I guess they cut it out of 2 different movies.
Yeah, but still.
Anyway, I hope it's good.
I hope it's good, and I hope it's dark.
Yeah. And, I wonder if I'll cry.
Yeah.
Because, again, I know I've said this, I only cried twice during all of Star Wars. And for all 7 movies, I only cried twice. I cry a few more times in Clone Wars, but...
Oh, Clone Wars wrecked me.
Yeah.
A bunch of times.
The 2 times I was wrecked in Clone Wars were...
Yoda?
The Yoda arc and 99.
Yeah. I cried a lot. I cried during Satine. I cried during Ahsoka's...
I got, weepy during those, but I didn't... I was blubbering when Yoda was with Dooku.
I didn't blubber. I didn't get misty. But I blubber with Ahsoka.
Yeah.
During
I guess
Ahsoka's trial.
I knew all that was coming, so I'm not sure. That didn't get me very much because I knew what was happening.
And I'll still go and watch the clip of Satine and Obi-Wan and Maul, and I'm like, Obi-Wan, your life is awful!
Obi-Wan's life sucks.
He's
so
such a
much.
perfect angel, but the world is just like, nah, man, nah. Anything that you like, come here. I'm gonna take that. No more.
No
Chop.
more. Just chop off your hand.
No more. Anakin, your precious little student. Cut. No more. Satine, your love from the past. Dead. Qui-Gon, your dad figure. Dead.
Padme, who was another person who you've basically lived.
Yep. Dead.
Yep.
She's pretty much gonna die right in front of you while you hold her babies in your arms. Yep.
Just so sad.
And then you're gonna get killed by Anakin.
Love you. Okay. Okay, bye. Alright.
It pays to be a good guy in the Star Wars universe. Just kidding, you all die.
So, what cameos do you expect to see in Rogue One that we don't know about already? I mean, Bail Organa we know about, and I'm so freaking pumped. We basically have...
Well, we said we wanted Hera.
Hera, yeah, for sure. C-3PO and R2 have to be in it.
They have to. They're in every movie.
Yeah, that's... If they're not in it, I'm like, that's... Well, one, they have to be. They're the ones who get the Death Star planets to Leia, so
yeah.
They have to. And I think there's going to be a CGI Leia.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she doesn't have, lines or anything. I hope
Yeah.
she's just kind of, You see her in the background with Bail, maybe, for a shot.
Yeah.
But I don't want her to have anything else besides a cameo of the cameos.
Yeah. Maybe she can say, Dad, and they can just take that from a movie. Does she ever say that in any of the other movies? I don't know.
I don't think she
does. They
does.
can take a line from another, the original trilogy and just put it in. You know what I mean?
What they did with Alec Guinness when they made him say Ray.
Yeah.
But they just took it from Afraid.
Yeah, if she says, bad,
yeah,
you could tweet that for her to say Dad.
Dad. Papa.
Something.
And then, we know we have Mon Mothma, and want the droids.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else I'd really like to see. I mean, Wedge would be fun, but again, I'm not sure how many, real people we'll see, just because, obviously, that's going to be difficult.
Right.
People from the prequels we might be able to see, we might be able to see, a clone of sorts. Rex. Rex could potentially be there.
I would die.
And... Because we have, we just get the guy who played Django to come in. He's aged a bit.
I would love it.
That would be
or
really
even just me seeing, a clone trooper helmet somewhere in the background would make me happy. So I'd be like, there's some clones that are fighting with them.
I think that would be really fun to have a couple cameos for the cartoons. Again, they don't need to be super obvious so people in the audience
just
are
in the
confused.
background.
But just a background shot. Again, Hera saying something about Phoenix Squadron. People in Star Wars know that there's squadrons. You have,
they're not going to think twice.
Red Squadron calling in, blah, blah, Squadron calling in, and then you have Phoenix Squadron here.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yep.
So, I'm pumped. Leia's probably going to make a CGI appearance. We've heard a lot of rumors about that.
Mm-hmm.
And...
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll
I'm
see
excited.
it'll be really fun, and we'll be there on Thursday to watch it. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
We need we can bonk, marry, kill the Rogue One.
Oh, we can bonk, marry, kill. Okay, which ones are we gonna do? Cheer it.
Sure it. Well, we can. I'm trying to think, because we'll probably do an after Rogue One podcast.
Oh.
So we should probably split them up in the cast in like a.
Okay, so let's do. I'm gonna save Jin till after the movie.
All right.
Let's do Chirrut. Should we just do like Chirrut, Bodhi, and Baze?
Let's, because we know the most about them. Let's do like Chirrut, Galen, and Krennic. Like those actors.
Okay.
Just because I know about most about them character wise.
Okay. Well, I'm going to marry Chirrut
Yeah.
because I think he's a precious man.
Oh yeah, he's the cutest man in the world.
But I don't want to bonk either of the others.
Oh, I think I like Matt Mikkelsen.
Really? Yeah. I can't see him as anybody but Hannibal.
Oh, see, like I've never watched Hannibal.
Everything I have ever seen him in, he's a villain.
And because I like his face. And I like Galen. Like
I
love
guess
it as a
I'll
character.
I guess I'll.
Because I'm
bonk
like as
Galen.
characters.
Yeah, because I'm definitely not gonna want to bonk.
I don't
Krennic.
want to be. I don't want to be married to Galen because
He's a weird guy.
Galen's. Oh my god, he's such a weird guy.
But I don't really.
But I like how he looks in the movie. I'm not gonna lie. He's kind of like rogue and.
I'm like, I guess.
I like interesting looking people.
I guess. Because I definitely am not gonna bonk anyone in the Empire. Never. Just out of a political stance. I'm like, no way.
He's an Empire guy. I'll kill him.
I'm killing him.
Oh, even though I mean, if I was Lyra, if I was Lyra, I'd bonk my husband. There you go.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I guess so.
He's,
We're
like
the
he's
same.
a cute dad when he's like consciously aware of
Other human beings.
Other human beings. He's just really funny. Like there'll be times in the book where he'll just be like off, like he's like scribbling in the air, and Lyra just starts like snapping his face. I mean, like humans, you're around humans. You're around humans. It's like okay. Here.
Oops.
You have a kid.
I hope they put a little bit of that into the movie. Probably not, because they're probably not gonna. He's probably already gonna be kind of older and
that's why
destroyed by the Empire.
like that's why the book's there.
Yeah, spiritually
to be honest.
destroyed.
Yeah, the book's there. So that's our thing. Anyway.
All right.
Thank you guys for listening to the Rogue One cast.
We'll see you guys after the
movie comes out.
Yep. Let's see if anything we said was right.
Yep. Probably all wrong. They all live.
All wrong. It's a happy-go-lucky comedy, buddy comedy.
Yep. We're all wrong.
Road trip.
Love you guys.
Goodbye.
Peace.